Okay. Why isn't there any capture card sound? Okay, there we go. That was weird. Got muted. Sorry about that. I don't know how long that was like that for. So, this is Linkle Liver Story. The translation patch came out today. It's actually pretty decently done. It's like middle of the road translation, I think. Some choice of words and phrases that I'm not too big on. What are my options? Check speed, fast, sound, stereo. Okay. Okay, yeah. Sure, let's go with my name. So hey Kirby, thanks. So I speedran this game at one point, but I only did like 2 runs before I was like, this running for me. But it's not necessarily that it was a bad run. It was just more that I think it needed some creative routing to be more interesting, and I'm not the guy for that. Because like there's this like really cool weapon system that I don't really I can't really find a way to route it in just because of like load times in order to unlock new weapons. I learned a little bit more about the magic today because they translated the manual as well. And it turns out it could be more useful than I realized, but I'm not entirely sure. Like I didn't play, like I played a little bit earlier just to make sure that my burn works fine. And I didn't really get far enough to unlock magic. Yes, I am playing on console. I have a second Saturn that's been modded to be able to play burn discs and discs from any region. Let's... Yeah. Okay. But the good news is that there is a flash cart in the work for the Saturn, and it'll fit. There's basically like a little slot in the back of the Saturn that's technically for an MPEG decoder, but apparently you can run CDs off of it. Oh dang! I missed a conversation that I could have done. Oh well. I like the font they used. It's like legible, but and like has like a little bit of style into it. It's like so a lot of times they'll just use like a really default system font. Just want to live my life in peace. So basically we're just going through the tutorial of the game. Dang. Is it just that maybe your Elgato doesn't like 480p signals? For HDMI? Oh, direct to the TV. Ah. Okay, let's do that. So you can't, like, basically you're supposed to chase him around until you can catch him, and I've caught him as early as that, before that first bend, but I've not been able to catch him any quicker, or any quicker than that, or sooner. I like the movement in this game a lot. It's like kind of like loose and slippery, and I don't know why, but I love that kind of movement in games. Dang, there's like a whole conversation you can have with this guy, but I forgot to do it. I was happy to read that the translation team actually like tested it on console, because like I've run across a few where they didn't, and they of course don't work on console, and they only work because of the emulator not being accurate. Like there was one on the Game Gear that was like that, but I can't blame them for that one, because like Game Gear flash carts weren't a thing when they made the patch. Food. But Aquas, now that this has a patch, you should try out this game. I think you'd enjoy a playthrough of it. Hungaro. Whoa, I've never seen him turn around like that. The heck? Fine, I'll just go up here. There we go. macho. Oh, okay. So that's why we can fly to other places, is because of Puchimuku. I keep forgetting that's the Z button. I don't know why I'm thinking it's the A button to use an item. So now we're going to the Four Seasons to stay for a night. Alright, so interesting, the stabs are seasons. I thought they were like elements. Fishing rod. But seasons make sense. So, like in the run, you have to talk to that NPC or you can't go to the clock tower. Because I guess it directs you in what to do. Alright, our first little dungeon. So like when I was reading through the manual, there's like basically you get 4 magics that align with each weapon's element, and I had no idea that there's one that looks like it's supposed to heal you, but when I use it, it never did anything. Apparently, what it does is that when you use it and there are enemies nearby, it'll cause them to drop acorns to give you health back, which I never would have guessed. It was like the only time I ever tried to use it was like on boss fights or something. Because like we start out with 1 weapon slot, but we get 4 eventually, and you can have them be 1 of each element, which is like the ideal thing to do. Because like an enemy's color determines what, or not element, season, determines like what season it's aligned to and what season it's weak to. Like but it's like basically like a 2-way weakness. Like blue and red are weak to each other, and green and yellow are weak to each other. At least that's what I recall. And then eventually you get black and white. And white you only get is only good on the final boss, as far as I know. And I'm not entirely sure what black does, because it didn't seem like it was all that useful. And then some bosses also have weaknesses as well. But it's kind of hard to tell because, you know, you're kind of stuck with a limited choice for a long time. Ah, dang, I was in there. So I once got like really lucky and managed to stay inside like his smog bubble. And was able to like just to kill him really quickly, but I've never been able to recreate it. So like these water droplets, they let us build new weapons and not exactly upgrade them, but like you can get more season seeds, I guess they are, to get higher levels of the weapons. And as far as I know, that only increases the power of the magic attached to that season. But as you can see, it takes a while to get back here. But I think I'll go for the sword. It's like a little bit slower, but it does a good chunk of damage and has better range. So like depending where you're standing, you can get different weapons. So like I can get something here, just even something here. Or if I get all three, then I just get a staff. Then you can go here and you can see the weapons you have for this season. See the manual for a detailed description. Thank you, game. When in doubt, read the manual. Okay, yeah. But that's like the really nice thing about playing this casually is that I can try out different weapons. Like there's a boomerang, there's a hammer, there's the sword, there's the club. There's even like a Knuckles type weapon, but I don't really like it. Like it's fast, but it has like no range and no attack. Oh, right, I can exit from there. So this cape is really handy. Basically, it takes you to the start of whatever stage you're at, regardless of your location. So now we have to click 3 ingredients from 3 areas, and each area you have to complete a task. And one of them is a boss fight. This one does. I'm gonna do this one first because it's the most annoying. Basically, there's a bunch of boulders, and we have to destroy them until we find a lizard underneath it. And the real annoying part is that under each boulder that doesn't have the lizard are little bugs that just chase you around and deal damage. Sometimes you can kill them quickly like that. Usually they just run right off. And my PB, like the 2 runs I did in my PB, I got it first try, like the very first block, and it's like, okay, I'm never gonna get a run better than that from that point. Like the run itself didn't turn out all that well, but I just didn't want to do another one. See, if you just leave those bugs be, they eventually just start chasing you around. Especially these ones. I wish there was like a way to tell which rock has the lizard under it. Like, you can tell once you spawn him. Because, like, whenever he goes under a rock again, it'll, like, bounce up and down. But until that point, you're just kind of stuck looking. There we go. Eventually we'll find it. There's only so many rocks. Any over here I miss? Nope. Alright, northward we go. What's funny is I've actually died doing this just from taking too much damage from the bugs. Let's see, let's get that. Nice little health upgrade. There's a few of them, so your health bar can get pretty big, but like in the speedrun, you don't really need it. Like there's like only one fight where it can get kind of risky, but you can get healing items. Like there's one that heals your health like halfway and another one that heals your health all the way. And they just cost the water droplets, and since you don't really use them for anything else in the run, at least in the route I've come up with, you can get them pretty easily. course, the very last rock. Oh, no, there was one more rock. Yeah, and since there's no rocks, he just spins around. And I'll go ahead and save. And we'll do this one. So in this area, we have to help pollinate a flower, and then we'll get a seed. So you finally figured out how life works. Okay, let's just get past this section. Oh. Ah! No. Ah. There we go. There we go. New insect friends. Honey and darling. So those markers on the ground, they're checkpoints. If you hit them and you die, you go back to that checkpoint. If you die without hitting a checkpoint, then it's game over. Now this area has a boss. It's like a mini boss, but a boss nonetheless. So we need to aggro this guy, because we need him to smush these rocks. There we go. And his name is Red Eye, and apparently he's been terrorizing the mermaids. Hey, DCX. How you doing? Nice, man. I bet you're gonna have lots of fun. So here, got a level up for our spring seed. So if we ever create a new weapon or build this weapon again, it'll be level 2. And I think level 4 is the max. I haven't found anything more. Listen to security. You're so funny. Spoiled plums. So we have to destroy these 4 dots before he's vulnerable to attack. Oh wow, the music bugged out. Sometimes that happens with some games where the music will just like hold a note. Punches plums. Will do. Let's see if I can remember the strategy for this fight. Because, like, if you have his fists go a certain way, they won't push you around. Ah, 1 hit away. There we go. My pearl! So, now we can pass and get our shell. And then he has little mini red eyes. Alright, finally got all the ingredients to make our potion. And go ahead and save. I remember first few times I played this game, I couldn't figure out how to save for the life of me. I had to like go through the manual and translate it a little bit to figure out how to save, because it's not obvious that you can only save on the world map. Like, and that seems to be a common thing for people to not understand that don't read Japanese. So with this potion, we can enter people's dreams, apparently. It explains what happens when we do go save Robin. Like, I never really understood what was going on there. It's like, suddenly we see Robin, something happens, and it looks like we were inside the tree, but I guess we were inside a dream. Yeah, I'll go grab that. So there's two apples we can get. There's a red apple and a green apple. The red apple costs 50 droplets, and the green one costs 100, if I recall. And the red one refills half your health, and the green one refills your whole health entirely. And you can hold one of each. Very convenient. They're just handy to have on hand. The green one is in, like, another town. We want to go here. The summer staff. So you can jump up these waterfalls, but it's kind of tough because, like, they're designed to push you down. But I have done it. Let's see, I'll go down here. Okay, nothing here. I know, like, there's a seed somewhere in here. Ah! Dang. Oh, I'm not gonna worry about it. It's probably just droplets in hell. Man, these guys really hurt. Already a level 3 spring seed. Ah, I missed. Okay, you can't stun them. These guys give a lot of water droplets, though. That's for sure. Okay, I once fought this boss without hitting that checkpoint in a run, and I game overed. Even though this boss is actually pretty easy. So basically, we have to catch the bombs with Puchimuku, and then throw them back at him, and it's like a really tedious fight. I think we entered phase 2. Nope. Soon. There we go. That's phase 2. Ow. There we go. So I think after the next fight we get magic. Trying to remember. Because like we get a magic ring at some point that gives us the ability to use magic. So since we have a yellow staff, we can deal more damage to green things. Take that. And I know there's like a health upgrade or maybe a seed somewhere around here. I just don't remember where. Ow. Okay, nothing here. There it is. The summer seed. So now we can change our staff if we so choose. Did I want to go down here? Huh, I wonder how you get that. Oh. I wonder what's in it. Ah. I'm gonna use that and change this to a sword. Because I really like having swords. Like, they're the second strongest weapon, but they are slow. Like, the staff is just plain, simple, the most balanced weapon. And I wish the boomerang was better, because it's actually fun to use, but it deals like almost no damage. May as well get a level 3 of the sword. Even though it's not going to do any difference for us. Okay, let's just run on through. Much better having a bit more reach. Ooh, nice. Green. Hey, Highlands. You're here for the liver? Are you here to cook the liver too? I finished Far East of Eden earlier, so I figure why not give this a whirl with the translation patch. Okay. Hitboxes, yo. So for whatever reason, Robin can't walk on water, and I don't know why. Okay, it does the same amount of damage. Once you die in a dream, you're dead forever. Alright, now we can cast magic. Oops. Wrong button. Oh well, it'll come back eventually. Like, I think it comes back like when we kill it. Like the meter fills up when we kill enemies. I don't recall. But honestly, it doesn't do that much damage. Crown Village. Oh yeah, we get to meet Bunny Girl. La la la, yeah. Right, I remember this fight now. Oh, okay, he's throwing bombs, not projectiles. Alright. Now we're only missing the winter staff, I guess. Although I find it weird that winter is red. But, yeah. Aro. Oh, around. Ah, okay, so she is the winter staff. Oh, she's holding it in her hand. She gives it to us later, though. So, yeah, very handy. Another health upgrade. Alright, let's go ahead and change this thing to a sword. Because we gotta have all the swords. Oh, I can close that now. Game's over. I still had my reference sheet for Far East of Eden open. Whoa, some messed up graphics. Yes. Oh, whoops. Wrong element. That's what I wanted. Should have paid attention to the color. Linkle Pixel Story. Okay. Okay, I remember this area. Yeah, this dungeon. Okay, yeah, I remember this dungeon. Haha, I can one-shot them now. Oh, whoops. Go looking around and end up leaving. So if we like spin around with our tail, we can reflect or destroy projectiles. Oh, right. Wait, no? I guess it was only that one we could destroy. Oh, nope, there we go. I don't think there's any reason to destroy them. Whoa! Thanks for the host and the raid background guy, or BGG. Dang. Okay, so I'm gonna use yellow weapon because that does the most damage. How was your stream, man? All right, so people from background guy stream, BGG stream. I don't know. Nice. This is Linkle Liver Story for the Sega Saturn. A translation patch was released today, so I'm checking it out. It was a Japanese-only release. If you're familiar... Uh-oh. Oh, whew. Nice. If you're familiar with Crusader Ascenti on the Sega Genesis, or I believe it's called Soleil, or Ragnascenti in other regions. They also made that game. And it's like an okay game. I think it's middle of the road. I enjoyed it for the time I played it when I speedran it for a brief time. Oh yeah, that was like the main reason I fell in love with this game was the movement. I love, like, it's just kind of loose, but like it feels really good. But I will say it's like not quite up to the par of Crusader Ascending in terms of quality, but I still think it's a solid game. It's like one of the main gimmicks of this game is that you have multiple seasons for your weapons, and enemies are weak to certain seasons. Like the bees, they're yellow, they're summer, and they're weak to autumn, which is the green one. And even some bosses share weaknesses. Let's do that. Nothing better than virtual hard. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty solid. I mean, as BGG said, nothing can beat virtual hide-a-lide. Red, so blue takes care of that. So I'm basically just decimating these guys because I have their weak element. Oh, it's just this area. Only this area is like really busy. Okay, there's nothing over here. There we go. Oh, I should have hit the checkpoint. Nah, I'm fine. I got healing items. There we go. So basically we're just killing like a bunch of mini bosses on our way through this dungeon. It's called Machine Head, and supposedly someone we're looking for is set up base here. Suddenly a bullet hell. Let's see, yep. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and heal. Oh, right. Gotta go around. I'll take that. So acorns heal us. Those pearls that are dropping, they act as points, I guess. You can upgrade and change your weapons with those points, but maybe not upgrade in the traditional sense. You collect these seeds that technically upgrade your magic on your weapon, because like your weapon does the same damage regardless of what level is it. Well, what is? Make my liver hurt. Can do. But in order to upgrade that level, you have to spend pearls to do that. Okay, yeah. So I have to hit that thing. The eye opens up. I believe, if I recall, it opens up the gate that we need to go through. I'm trying to remember. It's been a bit. So basically, I'm just taking hits because it's easier. Change weapons. Okay, we don't have anything for them. Let's see, I can do that. Oh, no, that's not the spell I thought it was. Thinking of our fourth slot that we don't have yet. Let's see, I do want to hit that. Like, I'm kind of trying to remember my way around here. Okay, so... Okay, yeah, this goes in a loop. And there's nothing down here. Yeah, but the name is kind of strange, but the theory is that it's actually supposed to be something like Linkle River, and it was just like really bad transliteration by the Japanese. Because that's like what it says on the box is Linkle Liver. Okay. I'm trying to remember what to do. Secret of Mana meets Master Blaster. And that does sound kind of dope. Let's see, I know we go up here. We hit that. Okay, come back down here. So what am I forgetting? Oh, go up here, duh. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It takes some getting used to. It's not suddenly a party. Yaktor. Oh, okay. So that was the name. I always just called it Yak's Tower. Yeah, the Saturn was a weird time. Basically, the head of Sega of America just didn't want 2D games coming over from Japan. So they really went out of their way to try to not make that happen. But, you know, some slipped over, but they're generally by like people like Working Designs or other companies. Okay, down here. Okay, yeah, nothing over here. Ah! So we have to wait for that smoke to pass by, because otherwise it just pushes us all the way back. Luckily the wall caught me there. Now we're back over here. I don't think there's anything over here. Oh, there's a chest. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. Yeah, but there's like you can trip over stuff, which is like kind of the downside. Okay, no, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. Okay. So I hit a checkpoint there. If I don't hit that checkpoint and I die, then I lose all my progress up until I hit that checkpoint. And if you don't hit a checkpoint at all, then it's a game over. So for this boss, we just gotta destroy these things. Technically, you can get away without destroying them, but basically the boss just keeps regenerating health. Okay, I'm gonna use my other healing item. But now we're pretty safe right here in the middle. He's not meant for you. So technically this is like more pearls than I would ever need. What was that? gotta run. So basically, this mole guy got possessed by some evil thing and is now trying to find some ruins. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some more healing items. Oop. And we kind of have to go out of our way for it. One of them's in one village and one of them's in another village. So let's go ahead and save. Since I'm playing on a burned disc, I'm gonna, save as often as I can because I don't trust the quality of this batch of discs I have. So we have this handy little cape here. It just takes us back to the start of whatever area we're in. It's really nice. I don't use it too much, at least like in the speed run, but like there's a couple of points where it's really useful. But definitely don't think I'd ever run this game again. Like, it's cool, but it needs some routing work, and I'm not the guy for that. And then there's like a big pocket of luck in the beginning of the run. Yeah, trust me, I am always amazed at the stuff people come up with. Like, a fella named Jitsu has been rerouting Panzer Dragoon Saga, and he's already like knocked off a half an hour from my potential time, like his potential time. Because for some reason it didn't occur to me that you could buy items. We want to go, yeah, here. And actually, like, buying items saves a lot of time. Especially since, with an Easter egg in the game, you can get like a free 20,000 money at the start, which is a lot. Oh, okay, I remember this area. There's a boss coming up that we can cheese. Let's see, definitely want to be on green. Oh god, these guys. I'm trying to remember how to deal with these crabs. There we go. These crabs are like really dumb. They're kind of like boos. Oh, I shouldn't say kinda, they are like boos. Okay, there we go. Ah! Rather not die. Yeah. Let's see, was there anything down here? Yes. Honestly, I never put much thought into it, but yeah, it is interesting how you have to do that. Especially since like I was playing the game earlier where you can just open them. Nice, a little bit of health. Okay, I forget this guy's weakness. I think it's green. Healer. Okay, so basically he has 4 spawns, but only one of them is real. Seems like a bat. Yeah, apparently it's made out of stone. There we go. Key in Zelda. Yeah. Well, like, in the Japanese text, his name is just Kira. Which I guess is, like, Japanese for killer. Or at least their way of saying killer. See, I'm gonna hit the checkpoint, and... there we go. And then I should just... it'll be like nothing happened. There we go. I could have grabbed that too, but it wouldn't have healed me to full. Honestly, I never really thought about it. But yeah, it is strange. I wonder... like, I haven't played too much of Crusader Ascenti, which is also made by these guys. I wonder if it's like that in that game, too. Alright, now we're sneaking into Sky Island, I guess. So there's a boss coming up that's kind of weird. Like, if you're right next to him, after he's closed his weak point, you have to like run away before it'll open it back up. Like, there's no timer on it or anything. It's just run away and it opens right back up. Let's see if I can remember. I'm gonna hit that checkpoint. This area is kind of dangerous. Yeah, these guys. I should be using yellow. Yeah, there's a health upgrade over there. I want that. Ow. Okay, I think I remember how to get the health upgrade. But not this way. Oh, it is this way. Never mind then. I was thinking of a different way. There we go, get away from those. Pangea. Okay, yeah, yellow is his weakness. There we go, not so bad. I'm gonna check around to see if there was any, maybe... Oh, I guess I can't. I was gonna say see if there's any seed upgrades I missed, but I don't think there was. Okay, nothing here. Here we go, we found the flower. Well, couldn't you code it as like an NPC or something? Hey, it's La. Howdy, Tugala. Yay, finally got our final staff. Alright, so now we're going to be entering a timed section, basically, or an escape sequence. But there's also a seed here that's missable. Alright, can't walk over those. Health is good. Yeah, it's the mother plant. There's like, in the beginning of the game, there's like an opening cutscene that kind of has like lore about it. And I don't really remember what it was. Because like, the translators took the time to subtitle the intro cutscene, which I thought was really cool. No, it doesn't. Okay, got that. Now we can get out of here. No, it's not dead. Basically, an evil being took it for research or something. I'm not entirely sure yet. We'll find out when the time comes. No, that's not health. Oh, I accidentally used my magic. So I want to go that way. I'll grab that. This way. Okay, made it out of here. We're saved. Oh, no, we're not. Ah, okay. Machine Head, Yaktor, Sky Island, and then Island Ruins of the Old World. This mother plant is the creator of all life on this world. It's quite unique. And let's save. think there's something in this cave. Yes, here we go. Okay, let's go ahead and upgrade our winter weapon. Oh. So I guess this is like the only area the cape doesn't work in. Interesting. Probably because it's such a small area. So basically, there's multiple weapon types, but of the ones I've tried, like I've played with them all before in the Japanese version, and the sword is like the most pleasant to use for me. Like the staff is like middle of the road, very balanced. It's like average everything. The sword has high attack, high range, but low speed. Then there's also, there we go, a hammer, which has like maximum attack, but has like no range and no speed. There's like a boomerang as well, which is like full range, but no attack, and I think it has like moderate speed. Yes, I want to use a fire seed. And then see, just like depending on where you put it, you can get different weapon types. There's also like a glove weapon, which is like really fast, but has no range and no damage. Yeah, exactly. There's also a spear, but I'm not too big of a fan of it because it's like a really narrow forward attack. Whereas the sword is like the same stats as the spear, but it has like a sweeping attack. Yeah, that's all it is just stab attacks. Like, I imagine it has its use, but the sword just feels more useful to me. Where are we going? Here. It sounds more and more like Secret of Mana. I'm sure they got inspiration from it. Like, this came out like 95, 96, I think. Yeah, that's my guess. Oh, really? It was that late. So this area is kind of like a lame gimmick where the moss, you can't run on the moss, on the mossy grass. Like, you just stop dead and you move real slow. And our goal is to undam the moat so that we can cross it. Yeah. One of these days I'll get around to playing Crusader Ascenti, which is by the same guys, and it's a very similar feel in gameplay, except like you have animal companions as like your customization. Those Sega sound effects. The Saturn has a truly amazing sound chip. I'm always blown away by how good it is. Like, I was playing through Far East of Eden 4 on the Saturn, and all the music in the game is done by the sound chip, except for like a couple of cutscenes and the ending credits. And I'm just blown away by how amazing it sounds. Okay, can't do that one. There we go. I think red is this guy's weakness since he's blue. Oh, there's just a chest back there. There we go. Now we can get out of here and go on to the next area. So basically there's like 3 areas we have to clear, and then it opens up another area, if I recall. And then... Okay, yeah, I remember this area. There's a monster outside we have to defeat, and then that becomes destroyable. Oh, okay, I can only hit the tail. Okay, there we go, yellow. See, I saw a tablet over there. I wonder if it's something we could read. Now that we cleared up the darkness. Oh. Ah. Actually, I'm gonna exit the area just to refill my health. There we go. So now there's like a golem, a Cyclops golem statue that is now destructible that wasn't before. And I guess because its eye is closed. Oh, I remember this area now. It's kind of like there's multiple paths you can take. And then depending on what path you take, it can take you to a dead end or not. Or rather, back to the start. Dude, I don't remember. I think it's right. Nope, it was left. So then what's over here? Okay, I think that just takes us back to the start. Yep. There is a seed somewhere in here, if I recall. Yep, there it is. Just basically just handed to you for going the right way. So another thing about this game is that depending on what season you have on your slot determines how that magic spell is affected. I only just learned that today because the translators who translate this game also did the manual as well, which has a lot of surprisingly useful information. And so like right now I'm basically like on, I don't know, what I would consider the default magic. Just mainly because it's like, it's what's given to you. Manuals in the 90s. I know, right? Wait, why am I doing this? I can just run past them. Let's see, I'm trying to remember which way to go here. If I go, I think it's right? I know one of them takes you back to the start of the dungeon. Okay, cool, pick the correct one. Alright, so there's a boss, and the boss in here is pretty easy to cheese. Normally you can only damage him, basically he just like goes around like a 9 grid and drops bombs, and you have to get him to land on his bombs, and you can cheese him that way too. But also if you use the summer slot magic, that does a lot of damage to him too for some reason. So it turns like a really slow, tedious fight into something fairly quick. We exist in this moment. Or rather, okay, I remember now. It basically, for whatever reason, if you use yellow magic, it causes the bombs to do a lot more damage than they normally would. Because normally they do like half that much damage, but for whatever reason, when you use the yellow lightning, it causes it to do a lot more damage. Prestor, what a name. I believe it. Let's say. Okay, this area is kind of annoying. Let's see. If I recall that there is something. There we go. No. Okay, sure, I'll take that you're dead. Okay, let's get running speed first. No! Like, I recall that there is a seed up here. There we go. No! Just jumped a hair too late. Dang. Okay, I'm not gonna bother with that. Yeah, there it is. Actually, I'm gonna reload the area. Because I wasted a lot of health there. Like, as much as I want it, it's not worth the time and headache to get it. Because I've gotten it before once, and it just needs so much patience. And I don't think it's worth it. Okay. I don't think there's anything over here, yeah. So now we're gonna deal with a lot of the bucket crabs. There we go. Oh. Might help if I use the correct color. There we go. So you can't, like, unlike most enemies, you can't, like, damage boost your way through them. Which is, like, really bizarre. Huh. Okay, what's going on here? Normally I can. There we go. So now we finally found, what's his face? Chief. But he's currently having his life drained from him. So we gotta destroy those crystals, and he's free! Oh yeah, so Puchimuku, that little pink thing, basically he's a seed from the Forest of Seasons. Or is it the Island of Four Seasons? I don't remember. And I guess they're like tree people or something like that. Addressing the Four Seasons. Pick-me-up potion. Alright. Oh yeah, I could do that. So I think we need to go to that island now. But I'm gonna go here and get a new apple. So we're actually getting pretty close to the end of the game, because this game's actually pretty short. Especially if you know what to do. If you don't know what to do, I guess it can take a while, but imagine it's easy. It'll be easier now, like since it's in English. If it's like in Japanese, it tells you stuff to do, but you know, if you don't know the language, kind of lost. So you go here, I believe. Yeah, then we talk to Chief, that's right, and he tells us what to do next. Yep, it just came out today, Totoro. And it's pretty good. A new life. A very stupid person. And now we have a Kirby statue. Although we can't look at it. Very philosophical. Yeah, reincarnation. It's always a good subject in games. Next, we go here. Then that area open up, and then there'll be that volcano, if I recall. Or... not gonna worry about it. No, the volcano is that area. Tabula rasa. Yeah. Final Fantasy XI was probably like the biggest education for me in like a lot of unfamiliar terms. Okay, yeah, I remember this area. Oh, I was on the wrong one. Okay, so there's a black seed somewhere around here. I'm not sure what the point of it is. Whoa. But you can get a black weapon. And it doesn't seem to really do anything special. My guess it's only for magic purposes. Ow. Dang, too much lag. I was trying to reflect them. Let's see. Okay. There we go. There we go, the black seed. Like, for like the final boss, we'll be getting a white seed. And that's like the only way you can damage him, or damage through his healing. It's basically the final boss's gimmick is that he has like regeneration. And only the white seed can do enough damage to overpower it. Okay, avoid staying at the top. Dang, I was hoping that was health. Okay. So I'm just taking this kind of slow because my health is like lower than I'd like. Okay, there's nothing over there. Okay, constellation, I guess. Because, yeah, I'm maxed out on pearls. So, no reason to get more. Anything up there? Nope. Okay, so now the boss here. And this boss is kind of blah. And for some reason there's like those shimmering pixels off to the left. I never understood that. So first we have to destroy his hands. And his hands never actually hit us. The only thing we really have to worry about is the fireballs, and we can just reflect those. See. Nope, doesn't look like anything deals extra damage. I will say this fight's kind of rough on the thumb. Because you have to spin around to make your tail reflect. There we go. And it's just all about finding a nice little rhythm. Oop. Alright, down. And I've actually died after this boss, because there's like enemies on the way back. I don't think we have to go this way. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to bother with that. And since there's no checkpoint, and if we die, we'd have to do the boss again. There we go. Now we go back here. And talk to the chief again, and then he'll tell us where to go next. Oh, they went back to the forest. Thank you, Flower. You're the best. Okay, I think they're in my house, or at my character's house. Yes, that sounds about right. Let's see. Nope, I still have both my apples. And we're actually really close to the end. I believe there's one more boss, and then one more area after that boss, and then the final boss, if I remember correctly. Oh, I know where he is. He's in the entrance to the forest. Yeah, I remember now. Like, I love how beautiful the first town is. There's like so many layers to it. It's amazing, and it feels like as they went on, they were running short on time, and they really had to rush assets, because it feels like as it goes on that the assets get less and less beautiful. The relics of the fish folk and the tree folk. Ah, okay. That's what I wanted. But like in the first village, there's like so much color, so many layers. It's just like so dense with, you know, love in the art. And as it goes on, I don't know, it's like it's still really pretty, but it feels, I don't know, rushed in a way, I guess. I don't know, maybe rush isn't the right word, but it just doesn't feel as like as much love and care was put into it as it went on. But maybe it's just me. We want to go... No, we want to go here. Yeah. Let's see. Want to go up here. Whoa, lag. So yeah, these water fish cause a lot of lag, and when you first encounter them in the first like at the very beginning of the game, you fight them as like a mini boss, and just having one on the screen is really laggy. Wait, don't we go this way? Oh no, we go down here, that's right. Let's see if I can remember where to go in here, because it's like this is like kind of a maze of sorts. And we're supposed to like hit these switches. Like there's one down there too that we can't get to. Go, my winter sword that's red for some reason. See, it's starting to come back to me on where to go. Nope, not health. And if I recall, the boss here can be cheese. At least that's what I remember. Nice, lots of health drops. Not that we really need it. Oh, let's go. There we go. Not run for a second. And then we basically just go back the way we came. I don't remember if we can cape out and come back in, but I'd rather not find out in case it makes me do it again. There we go. Man, honestly, I don't remember this fight at all, I guess. Okay, nope, not that weapon. Yeah, it looks like it doesn't matter which weapon I use. Like, I remember you used to be able to cheese this fight where it would just stay in one spot, but I guess I don't remember how to do it anymore. Let's try standing lower. Okay, no, he still goes all the way up there. Who knows, maybe the translation patch fixed that. Not what I wanted. Doesn't matter. So that spell is kind of weird. Basically what it does is any enemies it hits, when I kill them, they'll drop health. And I didn't even know that's how it worked, because I could see plus signs like, oh, it's a healing spell, but it never actually healed you. Cool, we got the fish relic. Cognac Woods. Alright, time to have some cognac. Although, personally, I'm more of a whiskey drinker. And then, okay. Now we're in the final area of the game, where we have to escort a turtle. Doesn't that sound exciting? So basically, we just have to keep attacking enemies. And every time he gets hit, he stops moving for a second. It's quite exciting. The most thrilling of gameplay. And I think at some point we have to destroy some blocks for him to pass as well. Don't worry, eventually we'll make it through. It's not terribly long. Surprisingly making good time. Usually, like, the enemies are more random. So you gotta destroy that. Luckily, the turtle is immortal. Just doesn't like getting hit. I think I need to go this way. And then... yeah. I remember now. Luckily, you can just stand on the turtle. But the great climactic quest to round off the last of the 3 treasures is to escort a turtle. You know what? I'll just turn on the turbo. Save my hand. No, don't fall. Call me Plant. What a nice name. Days of yore. Alright, now we can get out of here. Alright, now we're all set for the final battle. Or just about. Need to get the white seed from Chief. And we'll find out why. We're gonna, now we'll finally know the lore behind the white seed. Oh, hello, bird. So technically we can fight the final boss now, but we wouldn't be able to win. Like, his health regeneration is just too much. Aha, okay. So he's trying to take over he's trying to become the soul of the planet. Interesting. Okay, so it just counters his dark evil powers. Okay, time to get ourselves a light weapon. Better than a heavy weapon, but... But I think we're gonna get the hammer. It's awful to use, but it does a lot of damage. I think that's our best bet. Let's see. Light seed. And for this boss, we don't basically, the way this boss works, we can only do like one hit at a time, so that makes the hammer quite appealing. And I'm sure it'd be nice to see a different weapon. The mysterious hammer. See, here we have something that's a little bit more average and even more average with the cane that you start out with. But now we get the mysterious hammer. Okay. Go ahead and save. And now we have all we need to take on the final boss. Got 2 healing items. So if we take too much damage, which we probably will, we'll at least have a way to keep ourselves alive. And I feel like there's a health upgrade I missed somewhere. I don't know, I just feel like that with the way the bar extends that it could go farther. But I can't imagine where another one would be. Dang, already fused with the mother flower. So every time we hit him, he goes under. And you can see his health slowly regenerating as well. So we just have to keep hitting him to combat that health regeneration. Oh, did not want to do that. Because also, like, you have like a rolling attack if you attack while running, and that does like almost no damage. There we go. Like, I think he does other attacks, but since I'm standing up here, he doesn't do them. But he's not like a terribly difficult boss, he just hurts. Let's see, let's go ahead and use that. Let's see, I'll get the other apple equipped just in case. Whoa. Come back here. Alright, just a few more hits to go. Starting to feel like I should have stuck with the sword, because at least it has range to it. There we go. One more hit. Oh, I'm gonna use that just for safety. Hey, come back here. And just like that, the evil Hungaro is no longer hungry. don't think of this as a goodbye. So Pucci Muku did the ultimate sacrifice and saved our life in exchange for his. But all is not over yet. We saved the world flower, or the mother flower. With our trusty hammer. Let's see if there's anyone around to talk to. I think they're all up top. Maybe this guy is probably in his house. So there's this guy in the beginning of the game. I think he's like some sort of scientist. He gives us that cape. Yep, there he is. Oh, flowers. Yay, no monsters. Aww. In love with the bunny girl. How could you not love a bunny girl? Got that soft fluffy tail and big ears. No. I don't need any more apples. I've eaten my fill. Heading for the sea. Oh, look at that. Puchimuku is still alive in a new form. And thusly we have saved the world of whatever it's called. It says like somewhere in there. GG. But yeah, this game, short, beat it in one world though. Beat it in a single sitting. Man, I don't remember if the credits in the Japanese version were in English. I think they might have been. I don't have a way to check. I don't have any of my VODs for runs anymore. Well, doesn't matter. I'll pretend that the translator took the time to translate the credits. That they put that much effort into it. So now we get treated to a nice little credits music. Get to see all the characters doing little walk cycles. This is like one of those little hidden gems on the Saturn, and I'm glad that enough attention was given to it to translate it for people outside of Japan to enjoy it. Like, it's definitely rough around the edges, but it has a lot of good charm to it, and it's fun. Isn't every good game on the Saturn hidden gem? Well, people know Virtua Fighter, but I don't know if I would call that a gem. uh, but yes, you're right. Because like almost nothing from the Saturn era has been put on other consoles or in a collection of some sort. Yeah. Well, it didn't do so well in the U.S. Like in Japan, it had a really decent life. Like it lasted even like past the Dreamcast release, because the Dreamcast like kind of bombed in Japan. So the Saturn was like really strong until the PS2 came out, and then after which word it was just dead for good. But yeah, in the U.S. there was just a lot of problems leading up to it. The 32X was a big one. Change in management in the Sega of America. And it was just rough all around. Like, Sega was just putting too many resources into too many different things. But the past is the past. What we have now is what we get, and what we get is a lot of good games. But like I said, some Saturn stuff has appeared elsewhere. Like Grandia was originally a Saturn exclusive, and that got ported to the PS1, and the PS1 version made it over to the US. Silhouette Mirage, originally a Saturn exclusive, got a PS1 port, also got a US localization by Working Designs. There's probably others I'm not thinking of. Yeah, Grandia's a game I need to play someday. It's not a cheap game. But thank you so much for watching, everyone. I got to finish 2 games today. I was working on Far East Eden 4, which was also a Saturn game.